duck.
Indigo moon.
And today we are going to talk about Djinn.
Genies.
Genies,
I
yes.
love genies.
Yes.
Well, not so much the
Aladdin
Djinn.
and the Lamb.
Aladdin.
So
No, this is not the fun cartoon that you see Disney putting on.
that is very, very true. You and I both have experienced individuals who have come to us for help because they have their lives in shambles. They can't get their lives together, or it keeps falling apart.
Yep.
No matter what they do, and we come to the conclusion that they have a Djinn attached to them. So, in your opinion, what is a Djinn?
A Djinn is a Middle Eastern genie that was made up or created by the sheiks. They wanted something. They wanted to win a war. They wanted more riches. They wanted more wives. Whatever it was, to be protected. They created these to work in their favor. However, they come with a really steep price.
Oh, and that steep price is karma.
Karma.
Whatever it is that they give you, you now have to pay that back.
But it's their decision, not yours, what you pay back. Theirs.
Exactly.
And they can choose one lifetime. They can choose 100 lifetimes. They can choose to own you forever.
And it is not an eye for an eye, a tit for tat.
Mm-mm.
It's whatever they decide you deserve to give them, or what you owe them. And so they will continue haunting you. And they control your life. They control just about every aspect of your life. With the exception, they don't control your mind.
No. But what I find interesting about the Djinn is that if you owe the Djinn something, they don't just come in with you in this life. They have to find you in this life.
That's true. That is true. They have to find you.
And so they search high and low for you. And some people meet them when they're 6 years old. Some people meet them when they're 60 years old again. And then all of a sudden their life is havoc and terrible and nothing ever goes right.
And the really bad part about terrible part about Djinn, it isn't just the karmic payback. You can't get rid of them.
No.
You cannot get rid of them, because anybody who tries to help someone get rid of a Djinn, that Djinn may turn right around and attach to you.
Right, because they don't care where the debt comes from.
They don't care. It doesn't make a bit of difference to them as long as that debt is repaid to them.
Well, and what's interesting about the Djinn, though, too, is if you help somebody unattach a Djinn and they attach to you, in the next lifetime, they can still go find that original soul.
Yep.
So you're really never unattached from a Djinn. You're never rid of a Djinn until he decides or she decides that you've paid back that debt.
Absolutely.
And again, it's up to them.
Yes, they make the decision as to when you are actually you fulfill that debt.
Yeah, I'd almost rather deal with the devil.
Yes.
At least you know what's going to happen.
At least you know, yeah, that's exactly right. And if anybody is wondering, might refer to our video on possessions we just did recently. So the Djinn is a different kind of animal. It is so people think we see these movies and everything works out fine. The genie gives you 3 wishes and everybody lives a happy life and all that. Not the way it works out. Not at all.
No, and the Djinn will keep enticing you too.
Yeah.
They'll ask you if you want anything more.
Yeah.
This has worked out so well for you. How about something else?
Yeah. Well, I know of a situation in which a gentleman had a Djinn attached to him, and the Djinn just said, the guy said, well, how do I get rid of you? And the guy said, well, the Djinn says, well, what else do you need?
Yeah.
Do you need anything else? The guy wasn't thinking, and he goes, well, yeah, I could use this or this. The Djinn said, fine, you got it. Now he's got even a greater debt.
Yep.
And so it's going to take even longer for this Djinn to be satisfied.
Yeah.
So it's
So people out there, lesson number 1, don't deal with the Djinn.
yeah, definitely don't deal with it.
Because we're not going to help you.
Yeah. And truly, the only
attached to you.
Yeah, we can tell you.
We may even be able to tell you what the original agreement was.
But we can't take
We
it away.
can't take it away.
We can't take it away. We really can't help someone who has a Djinn attached because...
And I'm going to make this statement too. If anybody out there says that they can help you with this, they can, but they're running a huge risk of them having that Djinn attached to them.
Absolutely. It's just not worth it isn't worth the risk. Because the couple of individuals I've run into so far, their lives are in shambles. They just cannot, they get so far up the ladder, let's say the ladder of success, and they get knocked back down. They get so far, they just start to put things together in their lives and everything falls apart again. And so it's a very difficult and frustrating process for people who do have Djinns attached. And you know, the thing that's really hard for people to understand is they don't get it that it isn't something they did in this lifetime.
No, not usually. No, it's usually lifetimes that happened hundreds of years ago.
Hundreds of lifetimes
Hundreds of lifetimes ago. And because Djinn can't always find you unless you allow them to. The person that I know of recently played with a Ouija board. And that Ouija board was a direct portal to him, and the Djinn found him. And he would have never found him had he not played with that Ouija board.
And people need to really understand there are entities of spirits out there who
Just
are
waiting.
looking, waiting. They're waiting for these opportunities.
Yep.
And so you have to be very, very careful.
And the universe sets it up that way so that you do have an opportunity to get away from them, live a couple of lifetimes away from them, escape them, so to speak.
Yep. So it's...
lesson number 2, don't play with Ouija boards.
Don't play with Ouija boards unless you absolutely know exactly what you're doing. So, and we've also made a video on Ouija boards, so if anybody is interested, please look that one up. And if you have any comments about Djinn, about this particular video, please list your comments, subscribe, share. We'd love to hear from you.
Comment if you've had experience with a Djinn or think you have experience with a Djinn. Let us know what your experiences were.
And the truth of the matter is, Indigo, the more we hear from people about their experiences with Djinn, it helps us to understand the whole thing even better.
Yep. I always say we're not experts.
Nope, not
We
much.
just love the metaphysical world, and we'll talk about anything.
Just about anything.
Just about anything.
Just about anything. So,
this is the second take on the Djinn video. The first one, they didn't like so much. So it didn't get reported.
yeah,
Remember?
that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
They didn't like it, and
They didn't like it.
The phone did not record what we had to say.
Yeah.
So, fortunately, it is recording.
It is recording this time, yeah.
And we will get this out to you as soon as possible. So,
remember to like, share, comment on this video and all the other videos.
Our channel can't grow unless you people, nice people, subscribe and share. So, until next time,
See ya.
take care.
Bye.